Hey guys, so today I'm going to bring you the predictions for the Week 13 games of the 2019 NFL season. This week there are 3 games on Thursday, there's a game on Monday, and then there's the usual games on Sunday. So let's get right to it. Let's start with the Chargers because they don't show up later on in the list from here. So the Chargers travel to the Broncos. 4-7 against 3-8. I think the Chargers actually win this one, split the series against the Broncos. They do get 2 safeties back, which will booster up a secondary that's been burned a lot this year. And they do get a tackle back as well to help the offensive line. It's probably going to be close though. I dropped Philip Rivers for my fantasy team because he's been doing bad the last few weeks, and right now I don't know how well he'll play against the Broncos this time. Felt bad to do, but hey, it's fantasy. But I think the Chargers do end up bouncing back and winning this one. The 5-6 Chicago Bears go against the 3-7-1 Lions. The Bears are 3-0 versus Lions under head coach Matt Nagy. I think that trend continues. The Lions are starting a guy named Blau, which is a rookie. He's only 56 overall or 50-something overall in Madden right now, so if that tells you how well known this guy is. Nobody knows who he is, period, besides the teams that, had him on their team, which I think it was the Browns, and then now I think the Lions are the only other team that's had him. Will be his debut against a defense like the Bears. He's going to have problems. They're going to try to lean on the run game. The Bears will probably stop it. So I see the Bears winning. Next, we have the Bills traveling to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. The 8-3 Bills against the 6-5 Cowboys. The Bills are allowing 15.7 points per game this season, fewest since 1999. This one's a good toss-up for me, and this one is one that could be a very good spoiler game. That being said, I think the Bills will end up winning this game. Their defense have given people like Tom Brady fits, so I think that they can handle Dak Prescott. The Cowboys were barely lost to the Patriots last week. I think they lose this week by a slim margin as well. Next, we have the 9-2 Saints against the 3-8 Falcons. Saints clinched the NFC South with a win. Now, the caveat here is the Falcons beat them the first game. And badly, mind you. I think Drew Brees gets his revenge in this game. I think after now having some idea of what the Falcons are running defensively this year, I think that Brees finds a way to get past it. I say the Saints bounce back against their division rival this week, or as far as the Falcons go, bounce back, and move on to 10-2 and clinch the NFC South. The 2-9 Redskins battle the Carolina Panthers, who are 5-6. The Panthers won 5 of the last 6 games versus the Redskins. I think they win this one as well. The Redskins got their second win of the season last year. I don't think it happens again here. The Redskins played close against a Matthew Stafford-less Lions, so I do not see the vote of confidence in this one. So I think Panthers win, move on to 6-6. The 4-7 Jets battle the winless Bengals. Jets have exactly 34 points in 3 straight games. That's quite impressive. The Bengals are obviously winless. I think they remain winless. The Jets humiliated the Raiders, and the Raiders have a better team, I believe, than the Bengals do. I think the Jets slap them around the entire field and end up winning pretty big. The 6-5 Titans battle the 6-5 Colts. The Colts have won 3 straight against the Titans. I am not sure how this one will go. Ryan Tannehill all of a sudden has the Titans in playoff contention after being left for dead after Mariota's injury. I think he's rattled off like 3 or 4 straight wins now. The Colts are struggling. They lost the last few games, I believe, as well. I'm not sure which way to go with this one. This is very much a toss-up. This is basically going to be the deciding factor in second place in the division moving at least forward into next week. I'm going to go with the Titans, though. They're the hot hands right now. I don't think there's much way I can pick the Colts. I do think the Colts will likely win, but I'm predicting the Titans will win anyways. Because let's face it, predicting this year is kind of stupid to do at this point, but I keep doing it because I like to post these videos. The 4-7 Buccaneers travel to the 4-7 Jaguars. The Buccaneers beat the Falcons last week quite badly, and the Jaguars lost quite badly to the Titans. Tampa Bay is looking for their first win against Jacksonville. They're 0-3 all time. This one's kind of a garbage game to try to watch because they're both so bad to watch this year. But I do think the Jaguars have the ability to bounce back this week, so I'm going to say the Jaguars win. The 8-3 Packers travel to the 2-9 Giants. The Packers are 2-0 record following a loss this season. So I think the Packers win. The Giants don't really have a lot going for them. I think they have Saquon Barkley back, but their defense gets ripped to shreds weekly, and they're playing against the Packers this week, not the Bears, who are a laughingstock on offense. So I think this one will get ugly, and will get ugly very early. The 5-6 Eagles travel to Miami to take on the 2-9 Dolphins. The Eagles allowed fewer than 20 points in 4 straight games. I think they do it again, and they actually win this time and move up to 6-6 on the year, with the Dolphins dropping to 2-10. The Eagles are just a very talented team that's hit a very rough patch of the season. I think this begins their bounce back and potentially may be able to yank the division away from the Cowboys late in the year. The Dolphins they won 2 pretty good games, and they've been very competitive, but I think their competitiveness will be matched by the Eagles' desperation at this point. We have what I view to be the game of the week. The 49ers, 10-1, travel to Baltimore to take on the 9-2 Ravens. The Ravens have won 7 straight games, longest active streak in the NFL. And the 49ers are good, but they've never had to battle a really, really, really good team away from home. I don't know if they played Green Bay at home or away from home. I think it was at home, though. So, they've never played a competent team at home or away. The Ravens are very much a competent team that's made teams like the Patriots and the Rams and tons of other teams scratch their heads and have no idea what to do. I think Lamar Jackson will do the same this week, beat the 49ers, knock them down to 10-2. They raise up to 10-2, and keep only basically a game behind the Patriots. Maybe even a half game, because if the Patriots lose, then I believe they should be taking their spot at the 1 seed, which we all hope happens. The 5-6 Browns take on the 6-5 Steelers. Now, they just played 2 weeks ago and had this huge incident, which I'm still planning on making a video on, but now that I actually have all the info and there's no more stuff popping up about it, I can make it next. But the Baker Mayfield has a 90-plus passer rating in 4 straight games. I think that continues this game. Delvin Hodges should bring some new dimensions to the team, but I don't think it's enough to actually get the W. Though the Steelers could very well win too. The 6-5 Rams travel to Arizona to take on the 3-7-1 Cardinals. I'm just going to say Rams win. Not going to go into that one. The 6-5 Raiders travel to the 7-4 Chiefs. Basically, winner of this game if Raiders win, they leapfrog the Chiefs in the standings for the division. If the Chiefs win, they remain at the top. I think the Chiefs do win this game and move up and keep their spot, and hopefully make the Raiders drop to be able to get leapfrogged by the Chargers later. The 10-1 Patriots travel to the 7-4 Texans. Texans are 0-5 versus New England under head coach Bill O'Brien, including playoffs. I think that changes this year. I think the Texans play spoiler, beat the Patriots this week. Not handily, but just enough to get the job done. Even without J.J. Watt, this defense is still pretty fierce. So that's all I got to say about that one. Monday night, we have the 8-3 Vikings against the 9-2 Seahawks. I think the Seahawks win, keep firmly behind the 49ers, and maybe even leapfrog them if the 49ers do lose to the Ravens. And I think that with a loss here, the Vikings will drop a game and a half behind the Packers again. But those are my predictions this week. There are no teams on bye weeks right now. We don't got to check the league leaders because no games have been played. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you want, comment stuff down below that you want me to talk about. And that's about it. See ya.